All right, welcome back into the channel. Today we are going to begin our divisional positional tier list series on the channel. We're starting with the AFC East. We will rank all four teams in each division in these categories. Caveat, I am going to be higher weighing your quarterback one, running back one, and tight end one, and then wide receiver, offensive line, defense, and then coaching is going to be more of the room. Although coaching, I probably will give an advantage to the head coach specifically, but let's hop into it. Quarterback, Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen's no doubt a consensus top 3 quarterback in football. The dude just an absolute gigantic specimen. Got a great arm, accuracy, mobile. The rushing upside is there. I was actually thinking about this today. If I had to pick a quarterback to have as my franchise quarterback for the next 3 years, I didn't know anything about the rest of the team, Josh Allen would be the guy that I pick, man, because at the end of the day, he plays at a top 3 level. We've seen him succeed in terms of his own personal play in a playoff sentiment, better than Lamar in that category. And now he's got an ultimate health advantage. Mahomes torn ACL, Lamar dealing with injuries, Joe Burrow's always dealt with injuries. So to me, Josh Allen is just the proven guy here. Drake May, though, is going to be who I have slotted number 2. Shouldn't be a surprise for this division, but I do think Drake May is a top 5 quarterback in football. And maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit on it, but what I saw from Drake May as he took a leap last year with Josh McDaniels at his age, with his size, he's not that much smaller than Josh Allen. He's not. He's got a good arm, really solid accuracy, good at reading defenses, was extremely efficient last year. Like, everybody talks about the schedule, but Drake May was just tearing teams up with that schedule, with not a great offensive line, not a perfect run game, and not even like an amazing receiving core. People talk about how easy the Pats schedule was, but Drake May really drove that offense, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. I'm going to go Malik Willis over Geno Smith still. In this spot, I think Malik offers more to me mobilely as a quarterback at this point in time, but personally, I still just prefer him as a thrower right now. Geno Smith had his time and had his days in Seattle, but I'm excited to see Malik Willis get this opportunity in Miami. I think he fully earned it, and right now, he's a better quarterback than Geno. Moving on to the running back position, man, and I'm going to go James Cook here in the Buffalo Bills running back room. Not sure if this is a spicy take or not. Some of you guys, James Cook led the league in rushing last year. He's been a really consistent force for this Buffalo Bills team and has really added to their dual threat offense. I think James Cook has cemented himself as a top 10 back in football. He is also a really underrated receiving threat. I kind of haven't been able to figure out why the Bills have so much of a we got to keep using Ty Johnson in these spots when James Cook has been a really efficient receiving option for them as well. Number 2 here, I'm going to go Devon Achane. And listen, you could argue that the Dolphins running back room is deeper for sure, but like I mentioned, I am going to be more heavily valuing the running back one here just because of the amount of touches that guy gets. But I do like Ollie Gordon and some of the guys that Miami has. But Devon Achane, he just got that massive extension. I think it was well earned. He's a really, really strong player. He could turn any touch into a home run touchdown. It was really close between James Cook and Devon Achane. Both guys, to me, are top 10 backs at this point in time. Then I'm going to take the combination of Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. And of course, that means Stevenson and Henderson back here. Breece Hall, I just think, clears where Stevenson and Henderson are at this point. I do believe in Travion in the long run, and I think, even after this season, it's possible we could be swapping those two teams, but Breece Hall at this point in time is just the clear best running back out of those 4, and I even think Braylon Allen's a little underrated. Ramondre Stevenson obviously has some fumbling issues, Travion Henderson has some pass blocking issues, but a really solid division overall when it comes to RB play. Moving on to the wide receiver position, I think I might shock you guys. I'm going to go with the New York Football Jets. I think the Jets have the clear best wide receiver in total in this division in Garrett Wilson. And I think Garrett Wilson is one of the more underrated wide receivers in all of football. I think Garrett Wilson is a top 10 talent. The route running, it's crispy. The hands are there. The contested catch rate, it is there. And now you start to factor in the fact that they went and got an Adonai Mitchell at the deadline last year, who I do believe in his talent as a vertical X receiver, and Omar Cooper Jr. to be their slot guy in this draft. You got to think, there's not a lot of amazing wide receiver rooms currently in this division as well, but I think that the Jets have a really solid core. Up next, I'll go Buffalo Bills. Obviously, I love the addition of DJ Moore for this team, probably the best wide receiver one Josh Allen has had since Stephon Diggs was there. I do like Khalil Shakur, Keon Coleman, and Shavers. Those guys have some upside to their game. The New England Patriots are third. They don't have AJ Brown at this point in time when I'm recording, so like maybe you're seeing this and they do have AJ Brown. Obviously, if they had AJ Brown, I think that could vault them all the way to number one, because I do like Romeo Doubs as a two, but as a one, I don't love him at this point in time. Kayshon Boutte is a solid piece. I like Pop Douglas. I like Kyle Williams. Like, they have some depth, but they clearly desperately need a wide receiver one. And then Miami. Miami might have the worst wide receiver room in the entire NFL at this point in time. And there are some young guys that I like. I like Malik Washington. I'm excited to see what Chris Bell brings to the table. But when your opening day wide receiver lineup's probably going to be Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, and Tutu Atwell, I just don't know where else to put you but four. Tight ends, man. The New York Jets go back-to-back getting first place spots, which I didn't think I was going to be saying, but here we are. You guys know how big of a fan I am of Kenyon Sadiq. I think the dude's going to be an absolute beast at the NFL level, and yeah, I'm ranking a rookie tight end this high. Fight me about it if you want. But they also got Mason Taylor. I think it's a really solid 1-2 punch at the tight end position. But Kenyon Sadiq, I think, has just all the upside in the world. Number two here, a little bit of a debate, but I think I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills, man. I still like the upside that Dalton Kincaid has as a vertical threat, especially over the middle of the field. And Dawson Knox has been pretty consistent throughout his NFL career. But it was close, man. New England getting there in the third spot. They still have Hunter Henry. I liked the Eli Raridon draft pick out of Notre Dame. And then Miami, in another skill position spot, finds themselves in last place. Jonnu Smith versus the world, basically, for this team. So at the end of the day, it is what it is for Miami. It really breaks my heart for Malik Willis that those are the receiving options that he has. But I'm also really shocked that the Jets have gotten 2 first place spots at this point in time. They kind of got some dudes there in New York for when a quarterback does eventually show up. Offensive line, yeah, I'm going Buffalo, man. Buffalo's been one of the better offensive lines in the NFL over the last half decade. They've kept a ton of their guys. They obviously have Dawkins, a good center. Like, they know what their mission is. Keep Josh Allen upright, get a good offensive line, have a good quarterback, and figure out the rest as we go. And Buffalo has done just that. The New York Football Jets, man, top 2 again. Their tackle duo is set for the future in Armand Membu and Olu Fashanu. The interior of the offensive line could use some work, but again, they are building a really strong foundation there. I am going to go New England 3, Miami 4, but those are really interchangeable for me, man. I'm not as high on New England's offensive line as some people have been and some people in the comment section have been, but Miami just has so much work to do on their team, especially a lot of the offense, as you could see, just kind of from the tier list here, but I think that these offensive lines are actually closer than a lot of people would like to say and admit at this point in time. Defense, man, I'm putting the New England Patriots 1, and maybe that's a spicy take for some of you guys, but I think that their secondary is just clearly the best unit of any defense in this division. Christian Gonzalez is a top 4 corner in football, maybe top 5, top 4 though, for sure for me personally. You still have Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, some really solid safeties back there. They could use a more premier edge rusher, but they brought in some guys this offseason that I think are solid additions. I got Buffalo in the 2 here. They brought in Bradley Chubb, which I did think was a nice addition for them. Their run defense, though, does still really concern me. Their secondary a little bit younger. We're going to see if a guy like Maxwell Harrison can step up. They as well drafted a corner this year. Jim Leonard's going to come in, and we'll see what he could do with that defense, but I still have them at number 2 right now. I got the Jets at 3 and the Dolphins at 4. Again, Miami kind of ripped the entire floorboards out of their team, so they're in a full-on reset. The Jets have a lot of veteran pieces in their defense, and I think there could be weeks where it's better than expected. They added David Bailey in the draft, who's a really, really solid pass rusher, and you could argue, man, if Aaron Glenn, gets it together and puts it together for the Jets this season, that they could, be a better defense on paper than Buffalo. I'm not going to rule it out. I'm not saying it right now, but I'm not going to rule it out. In the coaching stratosphere, we're going to put New England number 1, Mike Vrabel, no Diana Rossini. How you doing? Listen, controversies aside, Mike Vrabel is clearly the best head coach in this division. He led New England to the Super Bowl last year. They have Josh McDaniels as well, who's a really strong offensive coordinator. And then we're kind of talking about a lot of unproven coaching. I'm going to go Buffalo at 2. I know we haven't seen Joe Brady as a head coach yet, but we've seen him as an offensive coordinator for this team for the last couple years, and he has succeeded in that role. We know Jim Leonard at defensive coordinator has had a history of some success in his time in the NFL. And then Hafley or Aaron Glenn. We haven't seen Hafley be a head coach at all, and we've seen Aaron Glenn be a head coach, and his team got the number 2 overall pick. I'm gonna lean Aaron Glenn, just out of the pure fact that he actually has experience, and we've actually seen him be a head coach before. Both guys, former defensive coordinators. I think at his peak, Aaron Glenn was also a better defensive coordinator than Jeff Hafley. So again, gonna give him the nod here. But if you're a Dolphins fan saying like, "Oh, Jeff Hafley's better than Aaron Glenn," like, dude, maybe, but I don't know. Like, we just haven't seen it yet. So that's where I'm going to sit it with right now. Buffalo wins the most first place votes with 3, but New England and the Jets surprisingly tie with 2, although I would argue defense and coaching are more important than wide receiver and tight end, which makes a ton of sense. And then again, you look at something like this for divisional predictions: Buffalo with the most wins, New England with the, in second place in terms of valuing where their wins are at, then the Jets, and then the Dolphins. I'm interested to see, like, do you think that this could be an accurate representation of how the division will go? Do you agree with my predictions here? If not, or if so, let me know in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you consider hitting that button. I'd appreciate your support. We're really close to 700 subs. If you are already subbed, hit the thumbs up button, man. Free way to support the channel. We're going to keep it rolling with these divisional positional tier lists. So, yeah, man, make sure you're subbed. I'll catch you next time. Peace.